Hello there everyone and welcome back to DML. So, we managed to unlock the Tsunami Dragon in the latest arena that we went into. I think I had like a 54 streak before I stopped doing any more. But there you go, there is our Tsunami. I didn't know if we were going to manage to get him. We ended up in 4th, but he's finally unlocked. So that is every basic arena dragon unlocked for us. So, we can't hatch him quite yet, because just like the Pangu, there is nowhere to put the guy, and plus, with the new Dragon of the Week coming up and that as well, like, if we manage to breed him, we are going to have 3 dragons plus that we need to put somewhere. So, you know, it kind of sucks that we can't actually put him in our game yet. I do hope the space issue gets fixed soon, and I also managed to get the apprentice item back at this point as well, and you can see it's very busted. It's meant to be a quill or something, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird lines instead. So I'm not sure if that's just a PC thing. I think it's fine on Android, so I don't know what the dealio is. Oh, and just in case you didn't know, there is currently kind of a weird bundle out. So there's one for the Sweetie Bunny Dragon, which is that terrifying chocolate-covered... I don't even know, abomination is what I used to call it, where it's a Earth, Shadow, and Light Dragon. Was out with the previous Easter event, but it's £8 for him, some gold, and a legendary habitat. We do have our own Sweetie Bunny Dragon from last year, and I don't know, I think the thing's always going to give me the heebie-jeebies, because it's obviously like a chocolate bunny, like, what are they, lint bunnies that you get at Easter and you eat them all, and they cost like... I swear, they're like 10 times more expensive than they need to be. But that is one of the promotions that is on currently. I'm sure we'll end up getting more and more as time goes by. I'm still waiting to see how the Pixie Dot, is that what it's called? The Pixie Dot Legendary is going to be released. I'm definitely intrigued, at the very least. But, you know, a couple of you guys have been asking how my event progress has been. And it's kind of weird what's happened. I was going to do the event on my Android account, but unfortunately I haven't been home. So we haven't even gotten to our first chest yet on our PC account, and on my phone, honestly, I've got too much to do. Like, basically what happened today, let's go and do some fights while I'm busy talking to myself, essentially, but... Basically, for Easter, I'm not home, and I had to do the breeding guides for the Ironfire and the Avocado and this one by coming home for like 4-5 hours of just straight working. Like, literally just coming home to work and then going back out again. So, I'm not going to be able to finish the event, unfortunately, this time around. I did calculate it from where I was at on my Android account. And we would have been able to finish the event if we didn't really miss any resets. But, you know, life gets in the way sometimes, and it is the way it is. It sucks. And, you know, it feels bad, man, but I'm sure they'll come back one day. And even if they don't, I would rather, you know, do my IRL stuff and whatever else rather than just, you know, having DML take up my entire life all the time. I mean, how often is it that we don't finish events? Surely I'm allowed to miss out on one event every once in a blue moon. And don't get me wrong, this recent Easter event has been one of the toughest events in recent memory by far. And the reason why, I don't know. I find it really strange that they decided to make this Easter event more difficult than the Divine event. Like, I really don't know why, because obviously we do have the legendary Princess Dragon as a reward, which, you know, a legendary makes sense that they'd want to make the event tough, but making it harder than the Divine event? I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I'm not too sure why Gameloft decided to do it. I mean, just from, like, level 2, the element restrictions were, like, 2 elements or something, which was insane. So, you know, it was a tough event. I expect more people probably failed it than normal. as a result, because it was around about 20,000 more, like, egglets, more expensive than the previous event that we had. Again, I think it was something around that anyway. But, you know, either way, I think I wouldn't have finished the event, even if it was cheaper, just because of, you know, me not being at home and not being around to do stuff, which, you know, feels bad, man. But, you know, we'll get the next event. I mean, we just had a ton of Divine event stuff, and then we had the Easter event straight after. You know, I need a break. And I'm sure you guys need a break every so often too. So, you know, I guess just follow kind of what I'm doing. Just don't stress about it too much. If it's gonna get in the way of your life, don't prioritize the game over your IRL stuff. You know, if you manage to do it, great. All the power to you. But if not, and you're in the same boat as me, you know, I understand how you feel. So, don't get too worked up over it. It doesn't... Like, it happens to quite a lot of players. It's not like you're the odd one out and the game's out to get you. Although, it certainly feels like that with the RNG, as in random number generator that I've been getting on the chests recently. Like, goddamn, maybe if I did get the key in, like, my second chest for the early levels, maybe I would have done it on both accounts. But, oh well, you know, we just need to look past it. What's something positive that we can take instead? Well, the Ironfire is the new Dragon of the Month, of course, so, you know, rather than focusing on the failed event, possibly, just think about the fact that you might be able to breed a new legendary, which is pretty sweet. I've said it before, I'm not a major fan of the Ironfire overall, but I still think he's a cool idea, if that makes sense. So I really don't mind that he's the Dragon of the Month. I just want to get space for him as soon as I can, and then I don't have to worry about having two really good dragons filling up my inventory, or my hatchery more so. So, it sucks that, again, I'm going to be, as soon as I finish recording and uploading this video, I am going to be leaving my house again for, like, the next 2 days. So, I'm not going to be able to breed in the meantime, which sucks. But when we come back, I'm going to be powering on with the leveling up, powering on with the breeding and everything else. So, it's going to be, we're going to be back to our, I guess, stressful DML days soon enough. And before I go, I do need to use all of these auto battle tickets. So, you know, I do have VIP. I get 35 of these every day. So before I go, I have to make sure that I use up all 35 of these things, because otherwise it's basically just a massive waste. And I hate wasting food, but wasting like this stuff that's going to get us a level up, I hate that just as much. It gets us a ton of food, gets us a ton of gold, gets us a ton of XP. Your blue map fights in heroic mode are like the best thing in the world that you can do in this game. So using your auto battle tickets on the heroic mode blue fights really isn't a bad idea if you have it available. Because if you do heroic mode fights, obviously it uses 2 energy normally, whereas if you skip the fight, it only uses 1 ticket. So it's pretty much exponentially better to do it like this. And then, it looks like we don't really have any other blue map fights in heroic mode, so then I can come back and do all of these ones in the regular map. And then we'll do these until we get all of the rewards from the daily mission, and then we'll just do the mini heroic mode boss fight over and over. So, if you've ever wanted to know the nuance or the idea behind how I use my auto battle tickets, or just like prioritize fights in general, this is it. And this has been working quite well for the last few months or so since I've been doing it, so it works for me, and I'm sure it'll work for you as well if, you know, you have the tickets to use. If you don't have any auto battle tickets, obviously it's kind of pointless me explaining that, but you know, just doing the heroic mode fights in general is really important. So make sure you do them. If you got any fights that you haven't 3-starred yet, I'd also recommend doing those, because I didn't realize just how much extra gold and food I could have been getting forever ago when I went back and did all of those blue all of those fights with 3 stars. I got so many rewards for doing it. So, I recommend you doing the same thing, and, I guess good luck with all your leveling up. The quicker you level up, the more habitats you get. The quicker you level up, the more stuff you get in general. So, it's always a good idea to, you know, power on. Use all of the portal energy that you have every day. You know, it's pretty simple stuff and pretty obvious, but I think some people just sort of forget that if they're like, how do I level up quicker? Literally just do your fights every day. It could not be any simpler than that. Or more straightforward, more so. But, let's go ahead. I'm just going to use these now. I do need to go soon. So, while this is uploading and processing, and after I've edited it all, I'll be getting ready, and then I will go as soon as it's done. So, hooey, I am on the move. I am on the move these last, like, couple of days. But today has just been too much editing. Even I get sick of editing sometimes. Like, just hours and hours straight of editing sometimes gets to your brain. That's why I like to sort of do it in bits and bobs rather than just all in one sitting, but, you know, it is what it is. So, we'll keep trying to level up our Firefly Dragon. He's almost there. Just like a level and a half left. So, he'll be done. And, our level up will be coming in just over 6 million XP. So maybe we could sell the gold vault if we wanted to speed it up. But either way, we will come back in like 2 days' time. I will be back then, although the video will be up tomorrow. So I guess that'll be like a day before I'm back for you. But, you know, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate you being here. And good luck with all of your breeding and everything else you gotta do in game. So until next time, I will see you then.